Hello everybody, it's Pete Cossaboon, the Angel Encourager. I'm knowing everyone is doing well today. Hello, thank you for joining me. This is Pete Cossaboon, the Angel Encourager. Hi Nelcha Cross, how you doing today? Today I wanted to talk about who is Archangel Metatron. I know I've talked about him before. Hey Maris, how you doing? You know me, Pete Cossaboon, the Angel Encourager. How you doing, sweetheart? So I want to talk about Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron, I think of him as the builder. Hi, Doggy in Alabama. Archangel Metatron he takes care of sacred geometric shapes. And so I think, are you ready for an archangel? I love it. And y'all have to forgive me. I'm a little bit tired today, so if I seem kind of slow, I probably am. I could not go home without talking to you for just a few minutes. So you'll have to excuse me. Hey, Mathena, how you doing? So Archangel Metatron, let me get back in the flow. I call him the builder of love. He is the one that I use to build structures for myself. Oh good. That's wonderful. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you feel good. And you're giving me lots of energy because I'm getting kind of tired right now, actually. But he deals with children's spirits. He deals with, he asks us to step back into the childlike wonder and delight that we have when we're children, that we don't, where we don't have all these social norms and standards that we're trying to adhere to, but to just step back into that simple pleasure and joy that we get just moment to moment just by actually being. Hi Rotor Reactions, how you doing? And hi Tom, how you doing? So Archangel Metatron, I call him the builder of love. He's one that really builds structures. If I want to create kind of a safe space for people when they're getting together to create their intentions or anything like that, or they need a space so they can come together and feel safe, I have him, oh great, I have him build a structure around us. I actually see actually almost like this dome being built. Also, a lot of times for creatives, us creative types, we tend to have like 2 or 3 different directions we're going to in one time. Have like these, I see them almost like these long vines of creation going out in the middle of this place and all the way out in the middle. Hey Andra, how you doing, sweetheart? Out in the middle over here. And and so I have him build what I think of as almost like this trellis work going up the spine. And then I see, hey Andra, how you doing, my sweetheart? Love you pieces. Andra's the one that actually got me started on Periscope, got me my first hearts, and I will ever just totally be in love with that girl. She's so fantastic. So when you build that trellis work, it then allows our different our vines of creativity to kind of build into that, and for them to kind of find a way of working with each other. Because so many times we'll have all these different projects that we have that really don't have anything to do with each other. And if we can think of them all kind of growing in the same space, we can find different ways that they can collaborate with each other and kind of just, build upon each other. So he is actually, I think of him as the math and the physics archangel. He's one that can actually, when we're having problems with math and that type of thing, he completely gets that because he is the archangel that's in charge of these sacred geometric shapes. So he understands the geometrics of it, and he can actually convey that information to us and help us, with that understanding. So that's the main things I use him for. I use him as the builder to build spaces. That's true. And also he has us to come into that childlike wonder and amazement in life. And he also, he's the math and physics archangel. So does anybody have any questions tonight or anything? My energy is probably a little bit lower today because it's been kind of a long day, and I've got a really busy day tomorrow. But I could not go home without speaking to my sweethearts right here. Anybody have any questions or anything they'd like to do? Perhaps I could do a real quick card reading for somebody if anybody has like a topic they'd like to have something on. Does anybody have anything? Help me out here. Oh, I feel Brock. Oh, okay. I have not dealt with his energy. I have to look him up. Your daughter wants one. Okay. Would you ask your daughter what kind of subject or topic she would like to? And I'm writing down the Barocchial name because I want to study about that. I don't know him. I have not met him, so I'm really excited about meeting a new archangel. So, Maris, can you tell me a subject or topic that your daughter would like a reading on for me? Do you have one, my dear? Hi, Nelcha Cross. How you doing? We're waiting on Amaris to give us a subject or a topic from her daughter who wants a card reading. I'll do maybe 3 card readings tonight before I go. I don't have I need to go to bed. What do? I'm an angel intuitive medium, so I connect with angel energies. Sometimes transition souls come forward to me. I basically just help people to release energy blocks. Sometimes I clear negative spaces for people. I give them safe spaces to go into. Pretty much I know that whatever my clients come to me before, she's going to her junior year, so just wants to know how that's going to work for her. Anything that my clients come to me for, I know that I'm going to have the ability through the angels to help them. I do want to kind of shout out that if you want to connect with me more, you can go to facebook.com, The Angel Encourager. There's a number of people that have been on here that can tell you that I do respond to any messages that come on there. Are you pretty successful? It's growing by leaps and bounds. Which subjects do you have for card reading? It's really, did I miss the chance to ask? I'm not sure what you want to ask. Any specific topic or subject that you want, and she's really struggling with math. So let's help her with math. Let's ask Archangel Metatron to come forward for us, because Archangel Metatron loves children's energy, and he also understands the math and the physics, so he can totally help. Thank you, my dear Andra. Absolutely. Facebook.com, The Angel Encourager. I would love for everybody to sign up for my free newsletter. It comes out every week. I want to help with me with boy problems. Okay, we will. So relationships with boy problems. Okay, so first Amaris with her daughter who's going to junior high. She's having trouble with math. And then we'll help the other we'll look and see what they say about relationships and having with boy problems. There's no subject that is too small or too large for the angels. To them, it's all the same. So you can absolutely ask anything you want to. Okay, so Amaris, the first one I'm getting is the Hello from Heaven. Thank you, Andra. So this first card is really talking about knowing that she is surrounded by all types of different angels or energies that are out there to help her, to be with her. Please help her connect with her sister angel. Okay, that's all about her asking and believing and stepping into joy, as far as her being able to do that. Okay, interesting. Actually, the angels have a lot to say about sex, to believe it or not, and that may be a topic I get into a little bit later. It's something that they've been asking me to talk about. I don't want to talk about it tonight because that's kind of a heavy topic for most people, but I'm sure I probably will get in that subject here pretty soon. So first, Amaris, is about your daughter knowing that she is surrounded by all types of different energies, whether it's transition souls or angels, and I think you know that already, because I know that you're pretty intuitive and you know that you're going to be passing it on to her. So that's the first thing for her to know. Second thing is for her to have really comfort. I'm really getting for her that she's getting really stressed about this. And just know that when you get out of that sympathetic system and you get into the parasympathetic system with the fight or flight, you're not going to be able to have those higher understandings. You're going to be very much in that monkey mind right here, trying to make it through your own efforts. So know that it's about stepping into that relaxation and into that comfort, knowing that all is well, before you can even start really getting those higher understandings or thinkings that's going to be required for math. So I'm getting the You Are Safe card. Now that one I'm getting a little bit more from Amaris. You know the situations that because Amaris and I have talked about this before. I'm getting that's more about her knowing that she is safe in the space that she's in. Okay, how you doing? So this is about you knowing that you are safe in the space that you're in. I'm kind of getting that there's a little bit of that residual worry. Actually, this is her. Okay, cool. It's about you knowing that you are protected in that space and you're going to be okay. Because without you feeling protected and okay in your space, you're really not going to be able to have that higher understanding of the math and that type of thing. And the next one is just about you, is the Outdoors card. And this is so much about just getting that spiritual connection, going outside and relaxing. So for you, I'm really getting this entire message about just knowing that you're protected, knowing that you're surrounded by the angels and the different transition souls and the different energies that are there to bring you to light and love, and for you just to relax and be calm and know that all is well. I would also ask you to ask for Archangel Zadkiel. He's the archangel that will help us he will help us like with Tess, for letting her go when she was young. Oh, that's anytime you hold on to something, it's like holding a hot coal in your own hand. And if you have resentment towards somebody else, it's like drinking your own poison. So really, it's very important as you can, to let go and to give, forgiveness for, know that everybody at every stage in their life has done the very best job they can, with what they had. And so I understand the resentment. I get that. but it's not serving you and it's not serving anybody else. Okay, and that's wonderful. So it's about just kind of letting that go. I actually have some different meditations that I've done. If you would like to contact me at the Angel Encourager on Facebook, I'd be more than happy to send you some of these. There's some really great techniques such as Ho'oponopono. Actually, I did a video on that. I would love to send that to you. There's a couple other ones that would, oh, great. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to facebook.com, the Angel Encourager. I want you to message me. I want you to remind me that I was going to send those to you. I've got 3 videos that I made last night really about forgiveness, about releasing and letting go, the different techniques. They're short videos. I think they're about 5 or 6 minutes long. Anybody that would enjoy those, please contact me on facebook.com, the Angel Encourager. Be more than happy to send those to you because it really will help you to release and let go, and realize that what happens is if you're hanging on to something, you're both hanging on to it like this, and if one of you lets go, then that will yeah. Andra's schooling me right now. Make that an opt-in. Andra, we're going to have to talk, aren't we? And Andra's smacking me on the back of the hand, so y'all get it for free right now while you can, okay? Because Andra's about to up-level me and make me do something different. So get it right now while you can. That's right, darling. I love you. You know I do. So anyway, it's really important for you to let go of those energies, because not only are you blocking you're not only blocking that energy there, you're blocking all energies. And think of the word disease. Disease comes from the words dis-ease, and that's what disease is. It's simply an energy block within your body, and it's gonna, it stops the whole flow, and that can be more than just health matters. It can be with mental health. It can be with relationships. It can be with money blockages. It can be career block. It can be anything. It can cause any type of a block in any part of your life where you're most susceptible to that block. We all have parts of our life where we're, pardon me, I'm choking over here. We all have parts of our life where we're stronger and parts of our life where we're weaker. And so those energy blocks will show up in those parts of our life where we're not quite as strong. So know that as you hold any kind of a resentment or something like that, it's really going to block you in all kinds of life. So that's why really it's very important to me for you to find some different tools that will help you to release. And I'm so thankful that I was able to speak to you tonight so that I can possibly give you some help. Because I think those are going to be some really helpful videos for you. Now somebody else wanted to, was it about boy problems? And she's only 16. Well, sounds like she's really, for 16-year-old, she's really kind of, getting her head together. I think that's a really, okay, you want to know about boy problems, okay? So, know that 16, for a lot of people is not a really, it can be kind of an off age, but it sounds from what I can feel from her right now, she's really being a stand-up kind of person, and this is a real time of you finding out who you are, who your parents are, what your role in the family is. So this is a real transitional moment for her, and so I'm really proud that we have the chance right now to work with her and help her to really catapult herself into being blossoming into the beautiful young woman that she is. And so I'm really excited about that. So let's see what the angels have to say about boy problems. So wonderful, and I'm hoping that she is contacting me right now so that I can give her that information. I review all the time. You're so sweet. All right, let's take Andra, I'm still laughing about you telling me I should make it an opt-in. You're so funny. You're right. You're calling me forth. All right, let's see what we got here right now. Okay. Let's see what we got. I can't even turn the cards over tonight. All right. Okay. All right, the first card for you is about spiritual understanding. So this is so much about you looking for the signs and symbols that are being sent to you. And what I'm really getting for you is that there are certain things that you associate with good relationships and with bad relationships, and for you to be looking at these boy problems that you're having, and for you to just look for those signs and symbols that are very obvious to you. Usually, like, it's really easy if you have like a friend that can tell you from the outside, is this relationship right, or is this relationship wrong? And so it's really about you starting to understand and be aware of those signs and symbols that are being sent to you, whether it's in your body, mind, spirit system, whether your body is telling you, this is right or wrong, or whether it's just, maybe there's some signs or symbols that you have associated, like maybe somebody's doing something that reminds you of somebody else that you had a problem with, or something like that. So it's really about you starting to become aware of those different messages that Spirit is really giving you about this. The second thing for the card for you is moon cycles. This is so much about talking about the ebb and the flow of life, to let you know that energy never goes away, it's simply recycled. But for you to know that there's a natural and even flow back and forth to life. There's a time to reap, there's a time to sow. And just like as the ocean sometimes crashes in a wave, or sometimes it's building up the energy for later, and that can happen in relationships as well. To know that there's no usually like even keel on a relationship. Sometimes it's stronger, sometimes it feels weaker. But just to realize that when it feels like the energy is going away, that simply means it's building up for the next wave to come crashing in. So for you to just kind of, to realize that. The next card for you is the Life Review card. That's very interesting when we're talking about relationships. This is so much about you looking back and seeing, what parts of what relationships have really worked for you and what parts haven't worked for you, and for you to start really getting really clarity in your own mind about, this is what I do like, this is what I don't like, and for you to start standing up and making for yourself those choices about, you are strong enough, to where you have the ability to not just live for somebody else's happiness, but to start living for your own happiness, and start to really kind of command into your life what it is that you're looking for, in that boy relationship. What is it that you want? And not so much what is it this other person is looking for, and that I have to fulfill this for this other person to make them happy, and therefore that makes me happy. But no, to start looking at it from your own happiness. So it's so much about you starting to look back in your life to see what has worked for you, what hasn't worked for you, what has made you happy, what has made you unhappy. And perhaps even I see you almost starting to make lists of those types of things. What is the ideal mate? What are the no-goes and what are the goes? Kind of thing. The next card for you, the last card, is the chakra clearing card. So this is so much about you getting right in your body, and I can be able to speak to my, and know she's okay. Okay, we can do that actually analysis. We'll see what we can do. Okay, so much about you aligning your chakra system. If you'd like to do that with us right now, we can absolutely do that. Everybody that will, if you'll join your hands with me spiritually. As the Bible says, when two or more come together with the same knowing and the same belief, we can call forth what we expect and know to be true. So we're asking now for our chakras to be cleared. I'm starting at the root chakra, and I'll be attaching it to the sacral chakra, to the abundance chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. For anyone that will, I'm now opening the crown chakra up wider. Alright, so we've called forth chakra clearing for ourselves so that our body, mind, and soul system can be totally in line, and we can get the right spiritual understandings, and our body systems will flow evenly and perfectly. And we call this forth in perfect knowing and perfect belief, and so it is. And it is done. Excellent. Okay. So I hope did that make any clarity for you with your boy problems? It's so much about you really kind of just understanding and deciding what it is that you want. Because I really kind of get for you that you've been kind of going with, what the other person has been wanting, and not so much what you've been wanting. But to know that you are enough on your own. You don't have to have nobody is necessary to come in and complete you. In any way. You are fine and perfect the way you are, and a perfect soulmate relationship is something that can just come in and make your life more fulfilled, but it doesn't make you any more that you already are. So that's the main thing to keep in mind. I hope that helped you. Alright, so somebody wanted to, they said connect with their sister angel. Is this a sister that has passed? Is that what we wanted to do? Good. Thank you, my darling. You're so sweet. I love you totally. Okay, so you wanted to connect to, so she's a sister, and you just want to see if she has any signs or anything for you. Okay. So the only way that we can connect with anyone that is a transition soul, or that is in the angelic realm, either one, is when we're in joy. Because when they step over there, they go back into their higher being, and the only vibration that they resonate on is in pure joy. So that, number one, is the first thing you want to keep in mind. You also want to keep in mind that, you know, they are fine where they are good where they are. And it's when you really are focusing on the joy of them instead of the lack of them, you know, that you're able to connect. It's also about just talking to them all the time, and that you can create even better relationships sometimes with transition souls than you can when they're here on Earth. I know that my grandmother, I did not get along with her really well when she was here on Earth, and then after she transitioned, you know, she comes to me. Usually I can sense her with smells and that type of thing. And we actually have a stronger relationship now than we had when she was here. So know that that is not necessarily cut off, but it's about just including them, you know, in your everyday life, looking for signs and symbols that they're giving you. So let's see if the angels have anything to tell us about your sister angel. This will be the first card reading I've ever done about a transition soul, so this will be interesting to see what we get in this one right here. This is kind of a little bit of a fun new thing. I love it. I love doing new things. Calling forth the angels to help us with better understandings. I want you to focus for sure mainly on stepping into joy and thinking about the good times with your sister who has transitioned over, and know that those are going to be the times when you're going to connect with her. I get the feeling that you have from time to time very fleetingly felt her energy, but you're just kind of yearning more. You want more of that, and know it's about you just connecting with her and stepping into joy. So sister. Okay, let's see what the angels have to tell us. Interesting. It looks like she has some messages for you. The first one is Hello from Heaven card. Interesting. So it is about you knowing that you are absolutely surrounded by transition souls, and you are surrounded by the angelic realm as well. They want you to know that you're right there. And that's interesting. That was your first card, and that is exactly what we're asking for. And also interesting that we just pulled that card not too long ago, and you see that I do 4 shuffles between each reading. So it's really interesting that one came back up for you. So it's about that recognition that she is there with you. She is there with you all the time, and many other energies are there with you, not only helping you, but helping to ramp up that energy for you as well. The next one is, and this might be a little bit hard to hear, okay, it's the Divine Order card. This one is just really letting you know that everything is in divine order, that it is well the way it is right now. And I really get from you that you're really very sad and sorry that she's gone, and that's perfectly natural. That is perfectly, completely natural. But to know that there was her time here was perfect, and it was time for her to go on to do other things, and that everything is well. And I know that's very hard to hear, and I sometimes the things that I have to tell people, are, they're hard for me to say, but I have to tell you, what I'm being told. And so that's really important for you to know that she doesn't want you to feel bad about her having passed, to know that she's perfectly fine where she is and wonderful and enjoy where she is, and for you to know that the time that she was here, you don't want her to let her go. Oh, and it's just about you knowing that is in divine order. It's interesting. There's the next couple ones are really, I think, signs from her. The next one is the career transition card. So it's about her letting you know that she's with you, and she's really calling you forth to have a change in something that you're doing in business. Now, this can mean that your job is changed, that your current job that you have is just changing in some way into something better, or perhaps you're getting a new job, or perhaps you're opening up a business. and it's so much, I can just feel her energy around you. She wants you to step out of the lack of her and start stepping into the joy and the excitement of her, knowing that she's excited and joyful about where you are, and she has some things that she really wants to work with you on. And that is one. She wants to talk to you about she's got her first job last week. That's amazing. So it's about you knowing that she is there with you in that career transition, and she's really excited about it, and she wants to give you signs and symbols and ideas about what you can do to really go forth in that. And the last card is the patience card. It's so much about you just having patience with yourself and patience with what is happening. Know that as soon as you put a seed of corn in the ground, you don't want to go back the next day and pluck it out. It's about giving it that time to really the seed time to sow, and that's so much about just even yourself. Know that spirit immediately lets things go. Know that the mind will hang on to things usually for a couple weeks, sometimes longer, but the body can hang on to things for years. So in this process that you are in, where you're letting go of that negative energy, the grief and the shame or whatever it is about the passing, just knowing that, how do I know what our sign? We'll talk about that in just a second, sweetheart. But it's about you just being patient with yourself. Being patient, knowing that you're where you are and not judging it, but just allowing your mind and your body to go through what it needs to go through at this time, to let go and be able to step back into joy. So signs and symbols are just different for each people, each person. Oh my gosh, I must be getting tired. There's just, they're very distinct, and they're very, for you, it's going to be something that's going to particularly remind you of her and her energy. Perhaps a lot of times it's lights are going to be flickering, or things will be had. It's very easy for transition souls to do things with electricity, because we all are energy. Every one of us is energy. We're energy right now. All we are is energy packets, and so it's very easy for them to do things with lights and computers and electrical clocks and those types of things. So you can be looking for those signs and symbols, but I don't know if there was something important to her. I'm seeing something, well, I'm just going to say what I see. I see a white rabbit, and I don't know if that means anything or not, because sometimes that can be a symbol for something else. So I don't know what was important to her, what wasn't important to her, but just start looking for those things that that she liked, that she would talk about all the time, and to see if those things start crossing your path more and more often in a distinct way. So those really are usually what signs and symbols. Does it make sense? Good, because sometimes I'm told to say things and I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense, but I go ahead and just say it anyway. So sometimes I'm so scared to say the things I'm supposed to say. I don't know why. Yeah, I would love to hear about the white rabbit, what that resonates with, because that would be so fun. So yeah, but that's what would be signs and symbols. Just what reminds you, makes you think of her. Use the white rabbit. I used to always sleep with her. Oh, well, there you go. So, and then that white rabbit can come in just anything that will remind you of the white rabbit. It doesn't necessarily need to be figurative or literally a white rabbit, but it can be something that can just remind you of a white rabbit. And I have a really interesting story myself about a white rabbit that is so funny. I was actually stopping one of my other jobs that I had, and I could not wait to stop, and I was in this really kind of a icky place one day, and I was checking out this vacant home, and I was asking Spirit, I was asking Spirit to give me a sign that they loved me, and I was walking in this backyard in the city, and right next to me, I turned and looked, and there was this huge, fat, big white rabbit with a pink nose sitting right there next to me in this abandoned house yard, and so that's my white rabbit story. It was like, well, if that's a sign from Spirit that all is well, then it can't get much better than that. So it was just amazing. It was like I just turned my head and it was like sitting right there in front of me. So it was like, oh, hello. And it was really funny because it was really close to Easter as well. So that's right, all is well. Well, darlings, I really kind of probably need to go and get some sleep to start tomorrow. Andrew, I'm so proud that you were here, my other darlings. And so I want everybody to, if you will, what do I need to clarify and remove a block? Can Mother Angel, here's a pleasure, to clarify and remove a block. It's so much about just stepping into joy. I want you to know that what I always say is I want you to step into joy. I want you to take inspired action. And I want you to walk in faith. When I say step into joy, what I mean is that you just step into that next higher feeling that you can. Say, for instance, you're in anger. Or say you're in depression. The next best feeling is going to be anger. The next best feeling after that is going to be frustration. And then usually after frustration is hope. So it's just being in that space that you're at and just reaching for that next higher level of feeling. Hey, sweetheart. And just to, just to learn how to kind of just like step up your transition. I hadn't heard before was how to connect with those transition. Yeah, we absolutely can. We're surrounded by that energy all the time. No, I'm sorry, that's absolutely true. Yeah, because when you're in a sense of lack, you can't connect with them. It's only when they're in a sense of joy, because that's where they are. That's where the angels are. They're in a sense of joy right now. So to remove those blocks, I want you just to kind of step up, the higher vibration that you can. If it's something that you need to forgive and release, before Andrew makes me change it, contact me on Facebook.com, The Angel Encourager, and I've got some videos that I will give you on different ways to release and forgive. They vibrate in joy and the heart. Yes, they do. My girl knows. My girl knows about this. So y'all contact me, Facebook.com, The Angel Encourager. Let me know any way I can help you. There's so many on here, right here, that will tell you that I do connect with you. It's just a taste of what he does. Andra, I just love you. And Andrana, we still have to talk. Be sure to message you for the vids. I love that. This is clarification also. Great. All right. So fantastic. So y'all, I'm gonna go home. Oh, y'all are so sweet. I just adore every single one of you. I want you to know that there is just such great love coming from me to you, and even more so, there is the most amazing love coming through me to you from the angels. I can't even. I can't. There's no way. The words do not describe the incredible love that is coming to you right now. Love, peace, and release.